What's up? I'm so tired, man.
What's your name?
I don't even know.
You're tired. Hi, tired.
Tired guy. Hi, tired. I'm dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
I do that a lot with Caprica. I'm Bo. Say your goddamn name. That's Brandon. This is a Toot podcast.
Is it?
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hi, guys. Hello, Tom Holland. Tom Holland's here, everybody. Actor of stage and screen, Tom Holland, Mr. Zanzaya himself.
Yeah, it's a weird relationship.
Is it?
Not like weird, like it's
because
weird.
It's like good and healthy. Is that why it's weird?
Yeah. It's because they're not like they're not like out about all the time.
Like we're just a couple.
They're just like, oh yeah, they're dating, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's why it's weird, because it's like, it's not like, oh, Travis Barker and what's her face, or
one of the Kardashians.
One of the Kardashians are married and they're having a baby or whatever. I don't know. So what's up? What's going on?
Well, I was just telling you got all these group chats that are blown up.
Yeah, you got
one is for our musical, one is for a musical I'm doing this summer, and one is for the AP reading that I'm not going to.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You said you liked Burlington.
I did. My sister, I have two sisters. Brooke, she went to the University of Vermont, which is in Burlington, for her master's and then her doctorate. And then she also taught at the University of Vermont.
What is she?
She's a speech pathologist.
Cool.
Yeah. She went to Bucknell before that. And when I was like a teenager, I went to visit her up in Burlington. Burlington, I think, actually has like a couple colleges.
Probably.
Yeah. But it's cool. I would like to go now because I would appreciate it more. Like a college town kind of vibe. I do remember, so she technically lived in Winooski, which is like just outside of Burlington proper. And I believe Winooski is like a Native American word for onion.
Okay.
Anyway. I do remember like walking distance from her place was this like really cool, I'll say record shop, but like sold CDs because it was like the late 90s,
Mm-hmm.
And I remember a couple of things I picked up there on that trip. It was cool. Now I kind of wonder like if that place still exists. I would have no idea other than like going into it, because I remember it was kind of like a downstairs basement situation. Lots of brick. Just gonna Google record store Winooski, Vermont.
What's your favorite place to?
Autumn Records.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
My favorite place to what?
I was gonna say buy records, but like you go to a physical place, and I don't think you buy stuff online.
I mean, sometimes I do. I usually just buy it right from the band.
Well, yeah.
Or like,
but I'm like, you don't go to
the
Bandcamp.
Label. But yeah, I do Bandcamp. Sometimes that's the only place to buy stuff.
Yeah.
But my favorite record stores are both in New York City, limited to one, and then Jazz Record Center. Locally, it's the Record Connection in Ephrata.
Okay.
I mean, and that's not super local for me, but it's better.
Mm-hmm.
They're like weirdly, I don't know if weirdly is the right word. There just aren't that many record stores around, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like there's like Tom's in Red Lion. There's Record Connection in Ephrata. There's Record Smith over in Mechanicsburg. He's pretty small though. And like there's a new one in Harrisburg, but I think they're pretty small too. Like you would just think Harrisburg would just have like a record store,
Yeah.
E-Town has a record store now. It's also very small and it's also overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So my youngest daughter, who is turning 11.
Whoa. Feels like only yesterday she was 10.
Yeah. She's having friends over, or she had a friend over yesterday. And Caprica, they must have been playing hide or seek or something like that. And
Hide or seek?
Hide and or seek. And or seek. And Caprica went downstairs, and then the friend was like, "You have a basement?" It's like, yeah, it's like below us. And I took them down. And then they saw all my music equipment. And then Caprica was playing drums. And then they decided, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? And then it's like, can you play guitar? Hey, can you play this song? And then I'm like, I'm not here to entertain you two.
Yes, you are.
It's like, damn it. And then Caprica told them that I was in a band. And then they found my band. And then they were blasting my band.
Amazing.
And I'm like, this is...
I love that for you.
Yeah. And then I told our lead singer, Mark, and Mark was like, I probably wrote that around that time. I'm like, at 11? He's like, okay, maybe I was a little bit older, like 16, 17. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.
That's funny.
We're going to when is this coming out?
I don't know, man.
I don't either. Calendar. So we have the 20th. This is coming out June 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A couple weeks.
So
from when we record it.
Yeah, we gotta. So I think our cool episode that we kind of no, we didn't. We cut that. We have a special episode coming out.
Probably the end of the month.
The end of June or early July. And it's themed.
Mm-hmm. And you'll find out what it is.
And you'll find
at
it
that time.
Yeah.
Just in case it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Let's not oversell.
I have to make sure that I have all the equipment ready to go.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you didn't.
I legit didn't even think about it because that doesn't.
Because you don't do
I don't
anything.
have to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I got the only problem I have right now is how are we going to hear it?
Well, what are you running through?
I'm going to record on like a Zoom recorder.
Yeah. Doesn't it have outs?
It only has one out.
Can you get a triple splitter, I guess?
I can get a splitter. I have ideas.
Splitter on splitter?
Stuff. Yeah, I might grab one of those headphone things. But then I got to bring headphones as well. Uh-huh. It's going to be a whole thing. Mobile recording.
I mean, theoretically, we don't have to hear it. Only like you would have to hear it, I guess.
But the songs, when we play the songs.
Oh, I forgot about that part of it. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, the other two people couldn't
possibly
split.
We're far too famous and important.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting recording session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long overdue for a haircut, as everybody can witness by my beard.
The beard is yes. You just need to trim it. You just need to trim like.
Yeah, but I don't want to. That's why I go to get my haircut every 3 weeks because the beard grows out enough, and then she trims it down.
Okay, so you get everything. Where do you go?
Yeah, I can possibly say.
So your mom?
No, she's not accepting. No, it's Maritz's House of Style, but she's not accepting new clients.
Well,
so
I didn't.
Blow up her spot.
Yeah, because so many people from this area.
No, they do. She gets requests all the time.
Yeah, I'm on the list, and I don't want to get off the list.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a weird one, I guess.
Why? Because we don't have much to talk about. Because we haven't done anything, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah. And you're suffering.
Jeff suffering.
Jeff.
Oh, that's technically a tie-in to my band, sort of.
Okay. So
sort of.
So today's topic or theme is suffer.
Mastication.
Okay. Wait, like to eat?
To chew, yeah.
Yeah. To masticate.
It comes up in your song.
Okay, cool. Oh, you like looking at the words?
Well, I heard them when I listened to the song.
Yeah. I want you to eat my words. I want you to masticate me.
Mm-hmm. Can you go back to their Bandcamp real quick?
Yeah. All right. So anyways, we're talking about Rosie Tucker.
Yeah. Look at the little bio and
I did.
pronouns. Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure.
I did. Non-binary, non-sequitur.
Non-sequitur equestrian. I like that.
Mad at the world.
Yeah. Do you know what non-sequiturs are?
I don't.
They're like those little tangents that don't mean anything.
Oh, okay.
The little short clips that'll happen in like a Family Guy episode, like a non-sequitur.
Oh, dude, those are the best part.
Yeah.
Like what if Kurt Cobain had quit? And then it's like, thanks guys, don't do drugs.
Yeah. So yeah, Rosie Tucker.
Yeah, Rosie Tucker. This song is called Suffer Like You Mean It. It's track number 7 on here.
Suffer exclamation point.
Yeah. I like I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've listened to like a couple of the first, like Light Bulbs and All My Exes Live in Vortexes.
I just was going to say, I like some of these song titles.
Track 3, Gil Scott Albatross. I like
Gil
that.
Scott Heron reference.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. I saw it. Me minus one atom. What does that mean?
You're one item short. I don't know.
The album name is Utopia Now. It came out in, where does it say here? I know it's last year. March 22nd, 2024. All songs written by Rosie Tucker, except Eternal Life, written by...
Shira Small.
Yeah. And all songs produced by Wolfie. Except for the one that was produced by Rosie Tucker.
Maylene. I wonder if that's a reference to Maylene and the Sons of something. What is that band called?
I don't know.
Maylene.
Gang vocals on All My Exes. We're reading off of Bandcamp, which
Maylene
I was,
and the Sons of Disaster.
I was listening. I'm in the middle of it, I guess. Listening to a podcast of, because I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Oh, must be nice.
I know, must have. Except I have like 8 this week.
Dude, I got like that a few weeks ago.
No, this is just this week. This is just this week.
No, but I got like, there was a couple weeks ago where I was like so behind.
Yeah.
And then like the last 2 weeks I've been like super ahead.
Yeah.
I'm like I started listening to Krista Makes a Podcast today.
Yeah. Speaking of Krista Makes a Podcast.
Only because it just came on and I was like, well, I have nothing else to listen to. So that's what I'm going to listen to.
This week, Krista Makes a Podcast released 3 episodes.
Like actual episodes?
No. One was the episode, which the timing of this is bad for us, because like when you hear it, it'll probably be already done.
Yeah.
They're doing 5 episodes leading up to their tour, and they're having the people in the bands.
Yeah.
So like this past week that of the recording, they had JR from
That's the one I think
Less
I'm listening
Than
to.
Jake talk about that stuff. And then I don't know what the order, but one's going to be a Suicide Machine songs, one's going to be a Fishbone song, one's going to be a Bite Me Bambi song,
Oh,
and
they're
one's going to
talking.
be a Cat Bite
I
song.
see what you're saying. They're talking to them.
And when we played at Not Cried Fest, Cat Bite was there, and they were talking about like, oh yeah, we were on the podcast, and it's like usually it's Britt and Tim. And they are like, we go together because like I'm the music and they're the vocals, and they're like, and Chris is just weird. Like this sound at this point, did you mean that? And it's like, what are you talking about? So and that if you listen to enough of Krista Makes a Podcast, but so they released a Krista Makes like the episode, then they released it was a previous like Thursday, Throwback Thursday, and then on the 16th. It was the Lagwagon. It was the Lagwagon episode.
I gotta listen to that one.
Yeah,
actually.
So yeah, I forget where we're going with that.
I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, we're listening to I have a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of podcasts, and now I forget past that.
Did that reference this artist?
No, no, it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, look, we hit a what was the thing called? Non sequitur.
Sort of. I think we just hit a dead end.
Hit a pothole.
Yeah.
So Rosie Tucker, they are, where are they from? LA?
Yes.
Where does it say
Los
that?
Angeles.
Yes. Los Angeles. Hey, this is another off topic thing. I am building, not this is just something dumb. It's how I'm building the Code Tour archive of all the shows that we've played, and then like who we played them with and stuff like that. And we played a lot of the same venues, obviously, especially Erie, PA, Forward Hall, and then exactly 2 months later at the same place. So many Forward Hall shows because we would play there. Or I don't know. There's one of these where we played Pittsburgh 2 days in a row, and I'm like, why did we play 2 days in a row?
Two different venues?
Yeah.
Huh.
Right here. October 28th, 2000.
That's a month of...
Wait.
It's like a month
where are you? There was a...
Just search Pittsburgh.
Here.
There.
There's May 8th, 2015 and May 9th, 2015. Apparently we played Pittsburgh, one at the Slit and one at Smiling Moose. And I don't know why. These are not all of our shows because we're missing a ton of stuff. And then in my research that I was doing for this, there was a thing that's like, oh, the Code is breaking up. And that was like in October of 2006. Is this a band that you like? Okay, Binner's looking at the list here. Does this seem like we broke up?
Well, I mean,
in 2006.
for a year you did. In 2006, it might look like
there's something in between. Yeah, but like we didn't play for a year, and then like we're playing again, and like we didn't play a lot of shows.
I mean, okay. To be fair, so you have like a string of 2006.
Yeah.
And then literally the next show is a year later in 2007.
Yeah.
And then you play 3 more shows that same year.
This is not
well, but I'm just saying. And then it's another year until 2008.
Yeah.
And then it's 2 years.
Yeah.
And then it's 5 years.
Well, no, we were in college. This is I moved.
Sure, but still.
Yeah. This is like we're back.
You could you could not really blame someone for thinking perhaps.
But that we broke up in 2006, obviously with this whole thing.
In 2006.
And this isn't the complete list. Like, I'm missing so much stuff.
Sure.
Like, I know, because like in 2002, it goes to October to December. I wasn't a part of this, by the way. This Bouncing Souls tour.
Yes.
And that's a year. But we played a ton of shows. I have it written down. I just need to put it in here.
Yeah.
This is my first show with the Code right here. September 30th, 2002. That was the first show that I played. And then I've played almost every show after that, except for...
You should put a column for no bow.
Well, I had an idea of like
bow, no bow.
Rhythm guitar, lead guitar, bass, drums, vocals. Mm-hmm. Mark obviously has played every single show of this. Mm-hmm. I think
You like next up?
I really am, because this is the Code talking now. Sorry to interrupt. Mark is the Code. Like if Mark's not there, it's not the Code. Seth has not played drums in a couple shows, like a decent chunk of shows. We have had 3 bass players, but like 2 fill-in bass players. And I played bass for a couple, like a year. I played bass in the Code. Andy, I'm the second guitar player.
Sorry, that's so loud.
I'll say rhythm guitar player. Jay left the band at one point. Roger was in the band for a little bit. Then Jay came back, and then that's kind of like the setup. But it's just, I don't want to say I've played the most, second most, but it probably is. Like it's up there. Anyways, and then as I was like doing this list, I got really like sad. I'm like, I want to play more shows. I want to go.
It's good you guys came back after you broke up in 2005.
2006.
2006, sorry.
I want to play like this.
That's a lot, man.
That is a lot. That's one tour. So from March 11th till April 16th.
Playing almost every night.
The problem with this tour was
Lemoyne, PA to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
The Champ. Yeah, we played the Champ quite a bit. The problem with this tour was there was like these huge holes. So like March 15th, we didn't have a 16th, 17th, and 18th. 3 days off on tour. And then we had a show, and then we had another day off.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, we had a really long drive. It's like, it was like a day off, like from Seattle, Washington to Spokane.
Yeah.
Not that far away.
Yeah.
22nd, 3rd, 4th to get to Salt Lake City. It's like, why are we having 3 days off?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is this is accurate. Just so I know, but I do remember that like the show was like, why are there so many holes? Like, I understand like you should have a day off after X amount of shows.
Yeah.
But like, we had 5 shows. Okay, you need 5 days off. No, because a day off on tour is a day you're not making money.
Right.
So, anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt the Rosie Tucker talk. This just popped up. It was one of those things like I listened on Discovery and it popped up and I was like, this is cool.
It kind of fits with the song you played last week.
Yeah. That also, Dury also popped up that way. I do kind of want to bring back another band. Maybe I will. Maybe I will next week. New record from somebody. Anyways, here's Suffer Like You Mean It.
I like their voice a lot, but I think the thing that got me the most was the music, like the instrumental stuff. Like just, yeah. Like usually I'm the one that's like all about the voice and the lyrics and whatever, but for me it was more everything else.
I am never the lyric person in this podcast.
And now you are.
But
we're switching roles
these
today.
Are weird lyrics. And I like it. Like, dull as a molar I gnaw through the day. That's
I like that too. That part's cool.
I did not listen in headphones.
Same.
So it's listen in as many different atmospheres, headphones, car. I kind of feel like at the end there, like the stuff, like the repetition, I wish it was exactly the same. So it would feel like the record's skipping.
Yeah.
Because that would be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And then it just kept going.
Yeah.
Like for another minute. Like it's my rec. It's like Andy Kaufman. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's cool.
Yeah. The album's good too, or at least the first 3 songs
that you've heard,
that I've heard.
Nice. Yeah, I would listen to more of them.
But would you buy the record on black vinyl?
If I listened to more of it, on black vinyl because it's cheaper.
Is it?
Black vinyl almost always cheaper than the color stuff.
I didn't even notice. I always just skip
I
the
almost
special.
always notice. I'm like, nah, I'll save my $5 or whatever.
No, I was talking to some. Oh no, we had like a band meeting on. It wasn't Zoom, but anyways, it doesn't matter.
It wasn't Skype either.
It wasn't
dead.
It's called Muse, and it's for musicians, and it's meant like you can
play on it.
You can record across the internet into a DAW, or you can. It's meant for like remote recording.
Because it'll like push out the click and whatever. And
so basically it's a plugin that you put at the end of your signal chain, and then whatever goes into that goes through the streaming. And then you can also, if you as a listener, I can have like, if I paid more, I could have like multiple audio sources, and then you could just adjust the volume to what's going on. So if like I'm playing guitar into the DAW, and then my microphone is a separate audio source, you could be like, your music's way too loud. Instead of asking me to turn it down, you can turn it down yourself.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shark noises.
Shark noises.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Shark noises.
That was different.
Kidney stone.
Oh yeah, there you go. Shark noises.
Kidney stone.
Oh my god, I'm watching this. Or I binged watched this YouTuber, Jenna Phipps.
Okay.
So at a year and a half ago, and before, her content was like crafting,
Okay.
like knitting, and sewing, DIY type stuff. And about a year and a half ago, she purchased a dilapidated home.
Okay.
And was like, I bought an abandoned home. It's better than a living home. Or that was one of the things. And they remodeled, like it's mid-century modern house. It's like water damage. And the area is like $1 million homes. And this house, you'd be like,
Yeah.
So, and then her YouTube channel has changed to
Fixing up this house.
yeah, fixing up this house, which is like super cool. And I finally got caught up.
Nice.
But when they are doing something, so it's her and her boyfriend, Nick. And this goes back to the way we just pronounce those things. They both like cheer each other on. And it's like, go Nikki, go Nikki.
Nice.
Just like, oh my God. They also do this, like when so they're like, hey, we need to clean this, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, they like reveal it. And then she always goes like, eh? And I want to do like a super cut of her just going, eh?
Nice.
Eh? Eh?
What did I just see? Or no, I heard it on a podcast. Apparently on the
nice.
David Letterman show,
Yeah?
whenever they would have live bands on,
Uh-huh.
he would always ask the drummer, "Are those your drums?
Yeah.
These are drums? You rentals? They're yours?
Yeah.
So nice drums."
Yeah.
So there's a super cut on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
but they were playing it. They were cracking up. Apparently, there is a band, because then sometimes you'd be like, "Are those for sale?" Like if they were like yours or whatever. It's just like a running bit that he had that like probably only he and his staff knew about for years.
Yeah.
And then somebody one day was like, wait a second. You know what I mean? But I guess he actually bought like maybe drums off of somebody that was, or I don't know if they were like a rental and he was like, well, I'm just going to buy that. Like those are cool. So I just thought that was pretty funny. I've been meaning to tell you that for a couple weeks.
Here's some really old news. New to you and me.
Okay.
But really old to everyone else. The Foo Fighters kicked out
Oh yeah.
the drummer.
Yeah.
Josh
Did you
Freese.
see Tim Heidecker's comment on it?
No, I only saw what Freeze was putting out. I was like, well, I've always been like kind of like I do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like not mad.
He's
but
like,
it's
I've
just
never been fired in 30 years, but Oh, he's going to start putting out like a series of why he thinks he was fired.
Yeah.
Which I
think that was just a top 10. He's like,
that would be funny.
Here's my top 10 of why I got
I
fired.
hope it's all like ridiculous things.
Yeah.
He should, oh man, depending on like, because he could like really dig on that and be like, I had sex with Dave Grohl's wife or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh my God. That is it. That's like, I think
I told Dave Grohl's wife that he knocked up like this other chick or whatever.
I called him out on it. I found out. I was
funny.
So I think it's like Dave can just play the drums on the Foo Fighters and then they just hire a drummer.
Well, sure, but
I don't think he needs to be. I don't think they need a drummer.
They need
like,
a live drummer.
Yes, which they could hire anybody.
Well, sure, but like, don't you want the same person?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
So shark noises.
Cut the rug.
Here's how I found out about them. There is a label called, I'm going to say DCPC or DCXPC. It says that we are a live album vinyl record label for punk, hardcore, ska, and metal bands. So you're going to want to check them out.
Well,
the story,
just said ska. That was it.
I know. Basically, the person who started it is from DC originally and played in like different hardcore bands and stuff, and then moved to Florida, where I became a middle school social studies teacher, which is amazing. And then Mike, the bass player in my band, Call In Dead, and I used to do booking and show promotion. He's from Port Charlotte. I'm from DC, so we called it DCXPC Live.
So I think it's the X is more of just like
the hardcore X thing, but it's also
Yeah.
in their name. Like it's in DCXPClive.com
yeah, but
and like even in the name. So I don't know, DCPC. I guess.
DCPC
Yeah.
Live was probably already taken.
Yeah. So anyway, their whole deal is we do live vinyl. Right?
Oh,
That's the whole thing.
cool.
We do live vinyl. So there's a band that was on the Tooth and Nail roster like way back in the day, like early Tooth and Nail band. So speaking of, whenever we talked about Burlington, Vermont, was that last episode?
Yeah.
Where my sister used to teach and live. And I went to like a...
Ann Beretta.
Yeah, right? I was like, oh, shoot. I
Dude,
kind of forgot about that.
Dude, we played with Ann Beretta a couple times.
Nice.
Yeah.
There was a few bands on here that I recognize. They've done like 30 plus things. I will tell you that it's hard to... I don't know their numbering system. They also have some recordings from Camp Punksylvania.
Nice.
And I think they even released like one of the official Camp Punksylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, Punksylvania 4 they released.
Speaking of Camp Pennsylvania, that the story that I told last week about the kids in the
They're playing it.
they're playing it.
Nice.
Their band.
So anyway, this band called 90 Pound Wuss, who was on Tooth and Nail back in the day. But why I mentioned about the record store near my sister's place, I'm pretty sure I got one of those like old school Tooth and Nail comps there that would have had like 90 Pound Wuss on it and stuff. But anyway, they were like not a band for a while, 90 Pound Wuss, like, and then I don't know if it was Furnace Fest exactly or like around or through Furnace Fest or whatever, they kind of came back and now they're just kind of back in general and like playing shows and doing different stuff. But they had announced like a few months ago, hey, we're releasing this live show from 2 years ago, from 2023, through this label. And so I was like, oh, I've never heard this label, but I want to make sure I get this record. So I'm going to start following them, like their social media and stuff. And then I've also been just like digging through like what have they released so far and like what bands have they worked with. And when I saw Shark Noises, I was like, well, obviously I'm going to at least listen to the band Shark Noises because I like that name. And I like them, like hardcore kind of stuff. The show that they have is from 2024 that they released on there. And I actually bought that when I bought the... I shouldn't have waited, but I was like, I just want to pay like shipping once. So when I bought the 90 Pound Wuss one, which as of us recording this came out 4 days ago and is sold out already. So I'm glad I got it. But then I also got, like I said, one of the Shark Noises ones, or the Shark Noise album that they did also. But they're like a hardcore band, and I don't like, well, it says blending gritty garage rock, punk attitude, and relentless DIY spirit. But they got kind of that hardcore thing going. I don't listen to a ton of hardcore kind of stuff, but like when I heard this, I was like, yes, this is what I want out of this style of band. I like this. And like this was, I think, maybe the first song I heard or one of the first ones I heard. So yeah, it's real good. But so the thing that I find interesting is I guess maybe they do their cataloging by when the show was.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. As I say that, I'm lying because I don't understand. I guess I don't understand their cataloging system.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the 90 Pound Wuss record, which just came out as of recording 4 days ago, is volume 25. Okay? Recorded in 2023. But then the Shark Noises album, which has been out for a minute, is volume 35, but it was recorded in 2024. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It must be when it's recorded. It's hard to tell. But then they also have this other series. They have a series called Live and Dead, which those have their own numbering system. Those I think are all like 7 inches and stuff too. So I don't know, but it's interesting. I was glad I got one of the copies of the 90 Pound Wuss one. I'll probably have them on. Only 70 copies available for pre-order, it said. So that's cool.
I do want to contact this label.
Yeah, get you guys on there.
I have a couple recordings of our band live.
Well, I feel like, well, would they want your thing or do they want to do it themselves? I guess that's the question you asked them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, do you want to put this out or do you record it themselves?
Yeah.
I need to listen to what they sound like. Besides, so is this Is this part of that?
This song is from the live show that they did. But no, this is the album version. Although it's got like a lo-fi quality to it. But again, it's like, yeah, that's what I want. I want it to sound kind of garagey.
Here is Cut the Rug by Shark Noises.
Just two people, by the way. Guitarist, vocalist, drummer, backing vocalist. Tom O'Connor and Matt Lagoy. I bet this song kicks ass live too. Like, what's your you were sort of doing that thing where you were finding bands that don't have like a ton of followers.
Yeah.
What was your threshold?
Not really. Like at that point, it was like under 1,000. But I think
so they have Shark Noises has 557.
There you go.
So they're kind of that still pretty underground. Like no website, just some social media. Yeah, and they really only they have their album Beautiful, which came out in 2024. They have this live album, which I think actually only 2 tracks are actually on streaming. And then they have like another single, a couple singles. Oh, DCPC also has a podcast.
Yeah, I saw that on the website. Scene Support Podcast.
Yeah. I did listen to this whole album too. I like it. Again, this isn't like, I mean, I listen to some heavier, I mean, it's not super heavy, but like even just vocally and stuff, like it's got like a little more hardcore to it and stuff, but I really dig it. I like them. So, and I'm excited to have my live record from them. Yeah. So I'm glad I found this. And I also want to check out more of like what DCPC is recording or like releasing and recording and stuff too. Like just dig into some more of these bands.
Girth Control.
Nice.
Nice.
That is the choice.
They played with us at the thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, by the way, remember I was like, oh, there's like a secret theme or whatever, Suffering.
Yeah.
So I think he's the singer of 90 Pound Wuss, which again is through them is how I found it. Yeah. Jeff Suffering. is what he goes. Jeff Betker's his actual name, but he goes by Jeff Suffering. So
Yeah.
there's our. Besides 90 Pound Wuss, by the way, the other band. Besides, so there's Raft of Dead Monkeys,
Okay.
and then this is a great band name, Suffering and the Hideous Thieves.
Okay.
That's a great band name.
Uh-huh.
That's a real good band name. So yeah, I'll probably have some 90 Pound Wuss on at some point.
Cool. Very cool.
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're here next week. Like, subscribe, tell your friends.
Tell a rando, just some random person on the street, Miss for $1. Listen to Two Tunes podcast. That's my Billy Eichner.
Yeah. What? Oh, there was a thing.
This is the meme I just posted like 2 days ago.
Was it about Annie?
Yeah, it's like Miss for $1, and she's like, or he's like Miss for $1. Will the sun?
Will the sun come up?
Yeah, it's Annie.
Oh no, it's like I bet your bottom dollar.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.